The U.S. economy expanded at a solid pace last year and is coming into 2026 on a firm footing. In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy rate unchanged. Essentially, the economy has once again surprised us with its strength.
All right, the Fed is holding key interest rates steady as their economic view improves, but new Fox News polls find that the majority of voters believe the country's worse off today than it was a year ago. Our polling also discovered that 68% of registered voters think President Trump isn't spending enough time on the economy. Joining me now is Charles Payne, the host of Making Money on Fox Business. I'm surprised by this poll, Charles, because when we pay our taxes this year, it's no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. We have the Trump accounts that were announced, $1,000 per kid, that can grow. And gas prices, we've seen those dramatically go down over the last year.
Well, I really think the poll really should be Donald Trump's not spending enough time messaging on the economy. That's because he spent the last year trying to put the pieces in place. Right. And that's the behind the scenes stuff that most folks don't understand. But to get the one big, beautiful bill passed, you have to. I don't think people understand how amazing that was to put that together. Folks in his own party wanted to piecemeal it. But we know how Washington is. When you piecemeal things, it doesn't all get done because there's a lot of political horse trading along the way. And it just defeats the purpose. Just to put that together.
How much are we saving because of that big, beautiful bill?
It's more even than saving. It's about igniting the economy. That's what we're talking about. The last 2 quarters of last year, we saw GDP coming on strong. It's going to come on strong this year. Wages are going to go up. Investments are going to happen. You're going to see factories spring up all over the place. People will start to see it more and as it goes into effect. So it's one thing to say, listen, we want to save things, but America has always been about growth. We were asleep at the wheel. We kind of, we're sleepwalking. This is reigniting the greatness of America. And, the messaging part, President Trump, he went out, Iowa. He's going to start working on that part. So I think they'll come in tandem, that people will start to feel better and start to actually see it. They'll see it in their paychecks, the biggest tax refund in history, $400 billion. So all of these things are falling into place right now. But, yeah, you didn't see him keep campaigning on it, putting out fires around the world because he's the president of the United States, but he also has to take care of the rest of the world to keep us prosperous and safe. So I get where people don't feel it. But remember, a year ago, egg prices are through the roof. Where are they now?
Right.
Gasoline, to your point, it's down dramatically. So the things that people worried about or talked about, and listen, there's a nonstop media campaign. So when egg prices go down and other prices go down, they find something that's up. Right. Well, okay, beef is through the roof, So the things are moving in the right direction, but I think they'll start to accelerate.
Yeah, I mean, this is normal when you have a second-term president for approval ratings to be the same. We saw Barack Obama's were less than Donald Trump's at this point. Right. But do you think we work in the news business, so we're reporting these stories all the time. We've seen how Donald Trump has ended so many different conflicts around the world. We've seen what he's done for Iran, for Israel and for Gaza. We saw Iran, the nuclear attacks. We saw Maduro. We're also seeing things internally. Do you think that it's just because a lot of these people that are polled are not watching or not knowing exactly what's happening like we do? This
is the greatest anti-president campaign in history, particularly last year, into the tariffs. There were some polls that people were more afraid of the tariffs, and they thought the consequences would be more dire than after 9/11, COVID, which at the time we were like, this is a 100-year, this only happens once a century. We're all going to die. The great financial crisis, that's how much fear and anxiety was stoked out there. And so it's so amazing. And this is from Bloomberg yesterday. They showed this chart. The stock market at an all-time high. So, you pull back one day, and the stories about is American exceptionalism over. These stories just proliferate. They explode. It's nonstop. Everywhere you look, almost every news source folks look at, the end of America, there's a huge campaign. So people are going to have to feel it more in their personal lives, and then the messaging has to come through on the other side as well. All
right. You have a busy day today.
Yeah.
He has a town hall today at 2 o'clock, so you can watch that on the Business Channel. It's called...
Live audience. Yeah, it's going to be huge.
The Unbreakable Investor, 2 o'clock Eastern Time.
It's all about educating yourself. Don't let AI do all the work for you.
Okay.
Control your life. I'll show you how to do it, particularly when it comes to the market.
If you don't control your life, someone else will.
Yeah. And you don't want it to be a robot.
Thank you, Charles.
See you later.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.